Hi guys, good evening. Well, it's evening here. How are you? I'm not so not so happy, not so well, but just wanted to say hi and complain. Can I complain to you guys? Um, if you hear music, it's not here. I have a wonderful, wonderful neighbor that serenade us every weekend. Um, there are times he's a little bit nicer and the music is not so loud, but you see my face. It's it gets my into my nerves because it's so loud. I'm next to now closer to his house in his room, and this is where I paint and all that stuff. But then used to be my youngest son's room. And thank goodness they were older when these people came because they've been there for more than 20 years and I've been putting up with this for more than 20 years. You call the police, but then, I mean, I get it. It's something that is, I hate it. I hate calling the police because he goes to 12, after 12, you're not supposed to make noise, which it should be at 10 p.m. Stop, okay? Some people work at night, some people work different hours. Why you, I mean, he thinks he lives by himself in the jungle. They don't have any kids. It's just him and his wife. And then sometimes he gets together with the other neighbor and he comes over. I don't even know how they get along because they have a little girl, but ever since they moved into the house, they don't care who lives where. Um, they play their music. I mean, it's like if you were in a concert that you can't talk, you can't hear yourself. Yeah, I have stuff going on. I have to let the TV be a little bit louder, and I have a huge headache. And I tell you why. Not just, he's been playing this on the weekends. He starts on Friday and he won't finish until Sunday, sometimes 11 or sometimes midnight. Sometimes he even goes over if it's a holiday. Like, I cannot imagine this Christmas. I wish I could go somewhere and disappear. But I can't go anywhere. But anyway, that was my little rant, and there's a second rant. And I hope you guys are doing well. And I know this Christmas might be difficult. Like I always tell you, I pray for you guys. I pray for everybody, not just online. I pray for all my neighbors, which I they don't even know. I don't think they appreciate that. They don't. The original neighbors when we came here, long gone. Some of them have passed away, like my neighbor on the other side, and then other people have moved, and we're the only ones. Help! Send help! But I think nowadays, oh my gosh, this is so hard to open. Let me see if I use my dress. Nowadays, no matter where you go, you're gonna encounter something. So I'm learning to be more patient. I think God is testing me. Maybe that's it. God's testing me to have more patience, which I don't have. I'm like, Lord, you know me. This is how you made me. It's like, especially when you're an only child and you don't hear anything else in the house. Like, my grandfather was always doing stuff and my mother worked full time, so it's very quiet. And unless I was screaming because I was loud to be able to hear like an echo or some other voice besides the TV. But my mother was always telling me like, could you like lower your voice? And everybody, like my father-in-law before he passed away, may he rest in peace, and I hope I see him soon. Anyway, it was always I was always, my spirit is very energetic, which does not match my body at all. But he every time he called or we called, I was like, hi, how are you? And he was like, oh my gosh, get the phone over here, when it was attached to the wall. If you guys remember, some of you may remember. But yeah. Well, I don't know if I told you the appointment with my doctor. I was supposed to have another appointment on the 4th. Yeah, and he didn't show up. He only works now on Thursdays, one day a week. So, I'm struggling because I really care about him, his family. I really, I don't know. He's a nice guy, but and I have to say he's done a lot for me. He's done tremendous. He tries, but like I tell my husband, he's looking for a cure, or he's looking to get me to where I don't have fibromyalgia anymore. Well, it doesn't have a cure. None of the things that I have a cure. You can only treat that. So he gave me a whole bunch of medicine, and I told him I can't take that. I already tried that medicine, blah blah blah. He wouldn't listen to me. So that was before the past appointment, and I said whatever, because he was not listening at all. So then I had the appointment, and not like he wanted to see me in 2 weeks. Well, he didn't show up. How am I gonna see you if you don't show up? So we try getting in touch with the office, getting in touch with the girls that work, that they call the medication stuff, because he gave me so many things together. They interact with one another, and I'm like, I'm not taking all of this stuff. I'm not. I know what works for my body already. So I've been at this for, in February will be 41 years, the age of my daughter. So she's the baby of the family. So I think I know what works for me, and I want to keep it that way. But if I say something like, I was not feeling great because I feel sad that sometimes I can't do what I want to do, and well, most of the time I can't do what I want to do because not anymore. And that's where my frustration comes in, that nobody really wants to listen to that. They think, well, if I give you this pill, it's gonna fix this. Yeah, but that pill is gonna damage my liver, my heart, my kidneys, you name it. So what is the point? I would have to get healed by the Lord. It doesn't matter how many pills I take, I still have a horrible headache. The music doesn't help, but it's like in between, I guess, tracks. I don't know what he's playing. We used to we used to have tracks. We used to call them tracks. I don't know. He's used to the style of Puerto Rico, which is, it's so loud. And that's one thing I didn't want to raise my children over there, because people are loud. there's always music playing, really loud cars. And when I came here, it was so different. And I was 15, and I said, if I ever have children, I don't want to raise my children in Puerto Rico, because I saw a lot. I went through a lot that I didn't want my children to go through that. I mean, I saw death on the road. If I tell you everything I have seen, you'll be like, how are you just sitting there talking? Because it is bad, and it has gotten worse. And now, both of my in-laws are, I guess now they can be together, their spirit can be together, because my mother-in-law passed away this year. It was really, really hard. I think both of us, but I think that it hurt me a lot, because I couldn't help her like I wanted to. I couldn't be there for her, because I can't hardly be there for myself. My husband goes to the supermarket. My husband does, so much for me. And I don't want to think about it, because I will start crying, but I don't want to cry. The thing is that I don't like when people don't listen. I don't think a lot of people understand what fibromyalgia is. The joint pain. Sometimes I feel like I have a fever. Sometimes I feel down, and it rained a little while ago. So this is also, the rain, the humidity. Florida's humid. But Puerto Rico is even more humid than, if you can imagine. If you've been to Florida, our doctor over there told us when my youngest was year, he started having asthma. The day after he turned 1, he started having asthma, and he said, if you don't get out of Puerto Rico, he will have asthma for the rest of his life, because it's too humid here. And I'm like, where am I gonna go? We were just starting, like our family, and we bought a home, we had a car, my husband had a business, and like with his together with his cousin, and I helped, my father-in-law helped, like we all I took the kids, and I went by public transportation to the different places that he was at. So as he worked, really, he has always, since he was 7 years old, he started working, what is it called, when you shine shoes. He has still the little box in his parents' house when he was 7. And he never asked his parents for money. Never. And it is really sad to see them go. But at the same time, well, I didn't want them to suffer. My mother-in-law had been sick for a while, and she couldn't really breathe or talk very much. So it was hard on her. And at least, she lived almost, I don't know, like almost 10 years. And she really missed her husband a lot. And I'm like, I don't know how you're going to do it. It's like, I'm telling myself, like, I don't know how I would do. But I told her when she was alive, I don't think I can make it because I don't have anyone. Well, I have God. That's the most important person in my life. But, you can't sit across and chat, like, see him, like, oh, hey, yeah, I like your hair. Just things that pop into my head. But I was disappointed, because we've been waiting for this appointment on the 4th. last Thursday, to talk with him and tell him, look, I remember that one of the things he wanted me to take was something I had taken before and gave me a really bad reaction. At the time that we were talking, I felt like he rushed me, like he was really in a rush, and I'm like, he's never done that before, so I don't know what to think of it, like I felt weird, like if he was seeing me for the first time in his life, and I don't feel good about that appointment. But there's been other instances that he's done other things that have really hurt me. So now I'm having to go without a medication because they changed the appointment because he didn't come in. So he's coming on the 18th of December. If he doesn't come, pray for me because, well, pray now because I don't have enough. They took one of my medications that I've been taking since I had the accident when I was 22 in Puerto Rico, a car accident. And they just took it off the list. Nobody asked me. Nobody told me anything. Talking to one of the girls, she's like, no, but the pharmacist said. And I'm like, look, I don't care what the pharmacist said. I told the doctor I didn't want to take all this stuff. And he kept insisting. I'm not going to fight with him. I'm like, whatever. Never would I cross my mind that this muscle relaxant that I take would interact with one of the many things he wanted to give me. And I'm like, I am not taking any of that because I've tried all that, even with him. I'm like, this is insane. Sometimes, the devil sneaks in and makes things happen that you can't even understand. You're like, what happened? Because he knows that my neck is almost all fused, but it's hard as a rock. It's really, really hard because it gets, when I had a whiplash, my head went and it hurts really bad. So that's why I get the headaches. And then when they told me that I had fibromyalgia, and then he just said, you may have this other disease, or condition. I don't even remember what it was. You on the previous video that I said, a syndrome. And he was asking me if I knew what this test was about. And I'm like, I asked you to do the test. What are you talking about? And I was in shock. So my husband and I talked after, like, what just happened? And, this has happened to me my entire life. I have always been a very difficult case because of that accident. I had so many different conditions that, come after the accident. Like I have osteoarthritis, my entire spine. So bones will grow from, you have a disc, and then you have, I got dishes and stuff. Every time I clean, my hands are very, very delicate. My skin is like a 90-year-old. I think my mother has better skin and she's 91. But anyway, he just, I don't know. He knows all this. He knows everything I've gone through. He knows the accident. He knows my medications. And he always wants to give me something new. And I'm like, I cannot deal with this. And that day, I didn't want to deal with it. That's not why I wanted to talk to him. I don't know what happened. I now have to wait for the 18th because they never called. They never said anything. So they had Thursday and Friday to call us back. Nothing. So today is Saturday. Nothing. So then it would have to be like Go back again. Forget about calling Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday because I don't think anybody's there. I don't even know. I talked to the pharmacist, and she's like, I can't do anything about it. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, forget it. So I don't like to be treated like that when I've been going through this for so long that people just dismiss you, like, and I have my daughter when she was younger and she was here and all the three kids were here. Every time I went to the doctor, she would get really nervous because she knew that when I came back, I was gonna come back crying. Because if I had to see a new doctor or a specialist or you name it, I have seen so many doctors in my life. I have gone through acupuncture. I have done massages. I have done everything you can think of. I have lost weight and now I lost 2 pounds again and I was on my way. And I had a flare up when he called that one time, and I was feeling kind of down, and I think he let himself go there. Like I thought I could tell him anything because we've known each other for years. So you can't mention anything like that to your doctor because then he's like, "What are you gonna put me in a mental hospital or something?" I'm not allowed to have a bad day when I'm having a flare up, when it's gonna rain and then it gets cold and hot and cold and hot, and it's like I didn't think he would try to change all my like medicines. I was like, whoa, hold on. Oh my goodness. Almost went up my nose. I'm sorry. I see, like this is what like if I had makeup on, like somebody, But anyway, it was just bad, and I don't feel good about it, and I've been trying to pray and tell myself, don't let him steal your peace, because this is what the devil wants. The enemy wants to steal your peace. The enemy wants to attack you. The enemy wants to put things in your head, and I'm like, nope, don't go there. But it has been bothering me all day long. And I go through, okay, I'm not gonna think about it, and then I just start thinking about it. It's like, oh my gosh. So then I start calling on God. Can help me, help me, please help me. But yeah, my daughter was right, and she saw me so many times come home. Oh my goodness, sorry. From different doctors, specialists. One guy was yelling at me in front of his whole staff. Like he made me feel like I did something like wrong. I had an accident. I wasn't even driving. My husband stopped. 2 cars ahead were stopped. We had to wait. We were hit from behind on my side. Hey, look at me. So it's like, I don't know what else I can do. How do you tell somebody, look, I'm in pain 24/7. There are nights that I can't really sleep. So I will sleep a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit during the day, a little bit during the night. I can't work. It's just, I feel really dizzy. Because I took my medicine for my headache, and this just makes you dizzy. But anyway, I just been praying, drawing. My husband, he bought me some of those adult coloring books. Like, oh my gosh. Cause I told him to go to Ollie's. I don't know if you have Ollie's. It's a store. They sell all kinds of stuff, even food. And they had on sale these headphones, and I'm like, well, maybe with the headphones, cause I bought these little like things for the ear that you can put inside your ear, and it hurt my ear. Now my ear is bleeding. I'm telling you, I don't know who gave me this body. It's been defective ever since I came into this world. And I always told my children, and they were like, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas? I'm like, a new body. And they were like, no, something we can get you. Something we can really buy for you. I'm like, never mind then. Want anything. But they took care of me, and they were here, you know, when my eldest son, he was so anxious to drive, and I didn't let him drive too soon because I was scared, because 17-year-old hit me from behind. So I'm like, you have to be more responsible, you know, than this. And he was. And he was going to get into the class they had in high school. And the class was full. He was so mad. And I was like, yes. We got another year. Or another semester. I don't know. I think it was per semester. In a year, you had 2 chances. And he couldn't do it until, oh gosh, my foot stuck. Hang on. He did it a little bit later on. So he was so mad about that. And I was like, thank you, God. Because first of all, I didn't want anything to happen to him. Second of all, I was the one who had to teach my children how to drive. Can you imagine, you know, after having an accident, and you had this teenager going like, woo! And I'm like, where are you going? So it was really insane. But I mean, I made it. They made it. Not I, well, I made it, but they made it. They made it out alive. Now, my 2 boys, awesome. I mean, picked it up like this. My youngest son, again, picked it up. My daughter, oh my gosh. What is it? Like, I was driving when I was 15. But I thought my daughter would pick it up, you know, like, okay, let's go. Oh my goodness. So they were building like a subdivision. They expanded this road, and they, you know, a new subdivision. It was on the works. So it was empty, but they had done all the streets, you know, so it was great because it's empty. They have made this like sewer. I think it's a sewer, like water, like it, so it won't get like flooded the streets, and the water just goes, I guess, down into where the Ninja Turtles live. So they had this, thank goodness, they have put this big round, kind of like, it looked like corrugated cardboard, but it was plastic, so that nothing would get into the hole, because it was a big hole. So anyway, they put this plastic, and I'm like, thank goodness, because we wouldn't have a car. Oh my gosh. So I'm like, it was my daughter's turn to learn, and she couldn't wait to get her permit. And I'm like, I was more nervous. I don't know why. I don't know. But I thought, you know, I was driving very well. I've never had a parking ticket, never had nothing. Never, ever, ever, ever. And I drove here and in Puerto Rico, but I drove in Puerto Rico less. Just in the town that we were in, to take my oldest son to the doctor, to the hospital. It was like the public hospital, when they gave vaccinations and stuff for free. And I was like, I don't like they didn't have a traffic light or anything. So And the car was a 1962, um, which doesn't have power steering. None of that. It was like, so anyway, that was a fun time for me. I mean, I think that I will always remember those years. But I took my daughter to the same place because, I mean, they took a while making this subdivision. So, my kids are 2 years apart, but the youngest two are a little bit closer, and I don't know, like, they're still like 2 years apart, but I don't know how they figured this out. They told me that I had like, well, because she was also born premature, like 8 months. Not, I wouldn't call it premature, but she was skinny. She was so skinny, long and skinny, and beautiful. But anyway, I take her and we explain. I explain. Me and my brain explain to her like I did with the boys. So, accelerator. This is neutral. This is reverse. You stop, and then we had an Isuzu SUV. Oh my gosh. And this is the 90s. So later in the 90s. And so I get out of the car and I'm like, okay, take the wheel. What are you going to do? Check your mirrors, adjust your mirrors, all that stuff. Both hands on the wheel. Don't kill me, daughter of mine. This was like, let me see. Let me demonstrate. This is a little, I think this is for the cricut thingy, but I didn't know it was for that, but I use it sometimes. And well, there was a curve, and that's where they had the hole right here, and then they had the bumper right there. And you know where we ended up? Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, wait a minute. Stop. I like, thank goodness there's no cars at all. Oh my gosh. And it took her a little while. And I'm like, why can't, like, no? Okay. So, long story short, she's 41. I wouldn't get in the car with her. I love her very much. But no, thank you. I would take an Uber, the bus. I mean, one time I asked her to take me I needed to go into the hospital. They were going to give me an injection. For your neck. That they go in with this like humongous needle, like, and they put like, I don't know what it is. I've had this thing they put like lidocaine. I've had cortisone. You name it, I've had it done. So when after the injection, you have to be careful driving. My husband is always very conscious of me if I'm in the car, because every bump, I feel every bump. I mean, I have a broken back, which it's not broken anymore, but now it's got all these things like this on my back. So I kind of walk like a penguin because it's like kind of like open. I don't open my hip or something. I don't know what happened back there, but I do kind of like waddle like a duck. Pick your animal, penguin, dog, but kind of waddle. And then my husband couldn't take me that day. So I asked her, can you go pick me up? And she was working and all that. She was married already, and I feel bad. I don't like using nobody, like my children or anybody. Like, um, I don't know. I don't know if it's just that I grew up really shy, or I don't like to bother people for anything really. So I feel really bad. But then after the injection, I'm like, I felt really bad, but it was because I was so tense. I'm like, go back. I need another injection. So I got home and I'm like, I wanted to get down on the kiss the ground, but I couldn't get down. I'm like, thank you, God. We made it home. She's as cute as you can be. And she's a mixture between my husband and I. And she's very, very cute girl. I mean, well, beautiful woman, because now she's not a little girl. Or it's hard because I still see my kids, as little, but they're grown. And I'm like, how does that work? Like, what? Why do I don't know if that happens to anybody, but when I think of my children, I think of my oldest with his little sandals, tick 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 tick, and my my middle child, my youngest son. Lord, one time we got him this um, cowboy boots, and he slept with them on. And then we could never find another pair the same. Like he wanted to keep buying this thing. I don't even remember where we found those. I don't know if it was in Puerto Rico. I think it was in Puerto Rico. We were there. They were living there when he got them. I don't remember what town, because we would go to different towns in Puerto Rico and visit. My husband has so many friends. It was like, are you the governor? He was like, hey, hey, woo, ah. And I'm like, who are you? A politician or something? But he has so many friends over there. And anyway, so what was I saying? I forgot. Because I just had this image came to me when they were little, and I wish I could get like that, like a day back with them and be with them. And I don't I know that's impossible. You can't turn back the clock, but I love them so much. And my daughter just, oh yeah, I used to buy in Puerto Rico a long time ago. They used to bring things from Spain, because doctors, nuns, nurses, a lot of people, we have descendants from Spain. Some of them also came from the UK and migrated to Puerto Rico, and then the United States, and that's how they everywhere. So I used to buy for my daughter these beautiful socks. We had a little lace and beautiful shoes. But my youngest son loved it. They were like gray, like gray boots. Itty bitty boots. I mean, well, they were long. He was what, 2 or 3, My gosh, I'm getting old. I'm already old. Wait a minute. Yeah, so he loved those boots. And when we first bought the boot, he saw them and he just grabbed one. It's like, mine. I'm like, whoa, wait, how much are they? So he loved those. And it was sleep. The first few weeks, he was like, I had to wait for him to fall asleep and try to get the shoes off the boots off of him. And there were times that he would like notice and he'd be like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, sorry. But they have to clean the bottom because you walk outside and oh gosh, it was a whole mess. But they were so adorable. I mean, well, they're my kids, right? So I just remember so many things about them. Like I relive in my head, all the things that places we went to and all that. So that gets me going. If I'm I'm feeling kind of down or sad, or my husband has to work, or he's busy or sleeping because he comes home so tired. So I let him sleep and I try to do, be quiet so that he can sleep. And now that it's gonna be cooler, how am I gonna open the window or the porch? We have a little porch we made a long time ago, and you can't open the door because I mean I can hear the music all the way on the other side of my house. On the living room is way on the other side, like almost it is the wall that is to the other house. So I'm like, and I'm like hearing something like, and the house is like, it's like, are we getting attacked? Like, and it was the music that is so loud. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that this Christmas, if you have little ones, just explain to them, like I used to tell mine, mommy and daddy have to help Santa. Can you imagine? He's not rich. He has to buy gifts for everybody in the world. So if you don't get what you ask for, then don't be sad. I don't want you to be sad because it's not about presents. So we always went to church and, told them, oh my God, ay, ow, ow, my leg, I'm sorry. I'm sitting here too long and my back was hurting really, really bad yesterday. So I guess I gotta go. But guys, pray for me. Really, I need prayer. I need to pass this test. If it's a test from God, or that the 18th appointment would be better and we can communicate easily, and that it would be there for me until he decides to retire, and then I really have to look for another doctor, which is gonna be really bad because people don't like to treat me at all because I'm a complicated case, and I understand to a point, but also it's like it's not my fault. And even though I have to take medication all day long for pain, I still manage to clean my house, not like before, not at all. I have to do it a little bit here, a little bit there. If I see some dust, I'll be like, is anybody like... And I get it on the floor. Sweep it from the floor. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I've had so many projects here started. None of them are finished because I have to stand I have this huge, can't even, like, it's like 4 feet. Let me see, 3 feet by 3 feet or something like that. It's a big square canvas that I have painted, but then I got an idea and I wanted to paint, and then it's gonna be like 3D, and I want to put this big tree with flowers, like they're like silk, kind of silky flowers on it. I haven't been able to do that. I have all the flowers. I have everything picked out in boxes so that, you know, this is gonna be here, here. I can't. Um, it's sad, but I just can't do it. But no, I have to go because I don't want to have the paint tomorrow, and tomorrow's supposed to rain again and get cooler, like, you know, cooler like 70. Like, it's that kind of cold. Get your sweater out. It's like, oh, hey, I lower a little bit the music, and it's like, oh, he lowered it. No, it was those in between songs. Like, I don't know what he's playing, but he's always just saying boom, 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 boom. Hi, it just gets into your ears and your nerves, and I can't take it. Pray for me. I will let you know what happens on the 18th, or if I was thinking, but you guys, you let me know. Since I can't read anymore, I can tell you stories. I could write a book about my oldest son because he was so mischievous. I mean, he was a handful. I mean, so I wanted to have 6 children when I was little. I was like, I want 6 because I was an only child. I had no idea what it, you know. I had him, and I'm like, I'm done. it's like, it's like if I had 10. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this a punishment? Like, I thought, for real, I thought that God was punishing me because I married really young. We got married young. I'm like, why would God punish me for that? We're still together. After we're gonna be next year will be 46 years married, and then 47 years together. So, you think we'll make it to the 50? I don't know. Are we gonna? I hope we're not here. I hope we're in heaven, please. Oh my gosh, I wanna go home. I tell God all the time, are you coming? Really? No? Nothing? You got nothing to say? But anyway, I hope you have a good day, good rest of your weekend. I feel so dizzy that I have to go back and lay down. But take a deep breath and let it flow off my back and see what happens. And every day I'm asking God, you know, just guide me and guard my heart, because the enemy is out there trying to destroy, and you have to be on the lookout because anything, don't argue. I'm trying to learn at this age not to let things bother me, because they have bothered me, because I come from trauma, a lot of trauma. So I got to the point that I just couldn't take it anymore. I said, I'm not taking this anymore. And then I went like extra. I went from not talking to like, ah. So then I had to find the happy medium and say, breathe. But it's not easy. It's not easy because when people don't listen to you, especially about my health, it hurts. It feels like I'm getting stabbed right in my heart, and it's very painful because that's one of the things my mother did to me. She would never listen to me, always criticize me. She always had something negative to say, and you know, went to therapy a year and a half, and got to you know, the big bag of things that I was carrying, but still you have the memories, and I'm trying to let go of those negative memories and replace them with the good memories that we did have, and with everybody that has really hurt me. So that's what I'm doing. And painting in my little old people coloring books. I always like coloring. I don't know why. I love coloring, but I like art. My mother was like more into crochet, and she tried to teach me, and I was like, this is not for me. And then she was like, you did it wrong. And I'm like, I'm not doing that over. Like, you do it. But we had fun. There were some good times. So I'm trying to remember those, because she's 91. So I don't know. I don't even know if I will know if she dies, because I can't be with her. But anyway, I gotta go. I'm sorry I took so long. Thank you for listening to my rant. And I would appreciate your prayers, because I really, really need them. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Pray for me. Please don't forget.